And before I leave, I'm gonna throw it to a video from our women's basketball head coach, Adia Barnes. Bear down.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. You did it. This is the big day you've been waiting for. Now you can all take a deep breath. I'm sure you're all thinking, what are we going to do now? Now it's where the fun begins. Your life is actually starting. I know today there's a lot of questions. What am I gonna do next? Where am I gonna start? Don't worry about those things. Take everything one day at a time. It's all gonna work out. You will face adversity, but let me tell you, you just conquered adversity and graduated. You've had adversity for 14 months and you've dealt with it. So don't worry, don't be afraid. Go step out, step on a limb, take a chance. There are gonna be obstacles in life, but when things are hard, how are you gonna be? What's gonna define you? And who are you when things are hard? We've all faced tough times this year. I know with our team, not being able to spend time together, not being able to have team building events, all of those things have been difficult, but we got better. And believe it or not, you got better in some way during this time. I know it's been unprecedented. A lot of online classes, not the typical college life, but it's going to make you better. COVID has given us so much time to sit and reflect. We haven't always wanted that time, but it's been time that a lot of us needed for a mental reset. We all have had moments this year when we thought we were gonna quit. We thought things were just too tough, didn't know what to expect, didn't know what the next step was or what we were gonna face tomorrow. You are tough, you are resilient, you are made for this. That's the Wildcat way. When we were playing in the NCAA tournament this year, no one believed in Arizona. We were left out of promo videos. We were left out of all the advertisements, but we didn't care because we believed in ourselves and we believed in each other and our team. So we surged to the tournament, upsetting one team after another because we believed that we can accomplish something special. We didn't care what anybody else thought. We looked each other in the eyes and we fought for each other. We went to war with each other, and we left our legacy here at Arizona and did something really special. If you would have asked me at the beginning of the year, oh, are you gonna play for a championship? I would have said, not now, we're not ready for that. But we did it. We did it because of our team, because of our mentality, our belief. We played with passion and grit, and we were resilient. So we surged forward and we were one basket away from the national championship. No one in the world thought we'd be there. I don't even think we thought we'd be there at the beginning of the year, but we did it, and we did it the right way. Together. You are trying to grow, and you grow when things are uncomfortable. Don't be the stereotype. Don't fit into these categories where you don't belong. Surge forward, believe in yourself and everything you do, and always trust your gut. When you fail, you pick yourself back up. You set a goal, you go for it. You're not afraid. You're not afraid of what's next because you believe and you're passionate about what you do. When I took over the University of Arizona, everybody said, that's a bad job. You won't win. Well, I bet on me. Always bet on you. You can do anything you set your mind to if you're doing things the right way and you are passionate about what you do. The best piece of advice that I was given from my mother is you must be true to yourself. You must be the authentic version of yourself. You're not trying to be anybody else. You are going to fail. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You are going to fail, but every single time you fail, something better comes. I've been cut from the WNBA multiple times. I've lost jobs, didn't get opportunities. Every single time that has happened, something bigger and better came on. You are blessed, so enjoy every moment. Be intentional about what you do and don't apologize. One of my favorite quotes is by Paul Brandt. Don't tell me the sky's the limit when there are footprints on the moon. When people are telling you you can't do something, you don't listen. You bet on yourself. Learn from different people. I know I played 13 years overseas, and I am a different woman today because of all the things I've learned from living in other countries. I lived in Russia, I lived in Turkey, in Italy, and I am a better person today because I had to adapt to all those situations. So be someone that listens. Don't be judgmental. Always listen with an open heart, and sometimes a lot of us, we don't listen enough. We talk, but be quiet. Look at people in the eyes with respect. The world we live in, it is a diverse world, and people are different. So be one of the people that connects. Make this world a better place. The University of Arizona has changed my life. I always say I chose Arizona twice. I chose it as a student athlete, I chose it as a coach, and this was the best decision of my life. Everything started here. This is where the foundation for you and for me began. Being a Wildcat for life, it means you're part of a group, a network that is extremely special. A network that you will find overseas when you're in Italy, when you're in Russia, when you're across the country. You find friends in places that you never thought you'd have. When you succeed, and you accomplish all those things you've ever dreamed of. You reach back and you pull someone else along. That's what it's all about. Come back, be the best alumni you can be, but be a part of this wonderful place. When you're a Wildcat, you are built for the difficult times. So now moving forward, we're forgetting about 2020. You're graduating, it's a new beginning. 2021, we're taking by the reins, and we are not knocking on any doors. We are going to doors and we are kicking them down and starting something special. We aren't looking back. We're forging forward and doing the best, but we're doing it by being the best version of yourself. We're not trying to be like anybody else. We are going to set the tone for something special, and you are gonna go make things happen. You will always have a family here. And watch women's basketball. Bear down, go Cats.
Graduates and honored guests, please find your seats for the processional.
Welcome to the University of Arizona Colleges of Education and of Agriculture and Life Sciences Spring 2021 ceremony. My name is Abby Charles, and it is my honor to represent the city as the current reigning Miss Tucson, a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. On behalf of the graduates, I want to thank all parents, family, and friends for their love and constant support. Please stand for the symbolic start of our ceremony, the processional, and the placement of the mace. The Chair of Faculty, Jessica Summers, carries and will place the mace to mark the beginning of a rite of passage that has been honored for centuries. As the embodiment of the institution's authority, the mace represents perseverance and dedication. From here, we move on to the next phase of our lives. Thank you to the faculty who have led us to this moment.
Class of 2021. Good evening and welcome. Tonight we celebrate the University of Arizona's 157th commencement and the 2021 College of Education and College of Agriculture and Life Science convocations. This has been a year of tremendous challenges answered by extraordinary resilience. We recognize the efforts made by the countless people at the university and around the world to adapt and to sustain us all. Thank you. Sophia, please welcome our Spanish-speaking audience this evening, please.
Gracias, señor presidente. Buenas tardes a todos. Bienvenidos a la Universidad de Arizona. Hoy celebramos el 157 aniversario de las graduaciones en la Universidad de Arizona y la convocatoria del Colegio de Educación y del Colegio de Agricultura y Ciencias de la Vida del año 2021. A nuestras familias de Wildcats y a los graduados que nos están viendo de esta noche desde Arizona y de todo el mundo, gracias por unirse a nuestra celebración. Este ha sido un año de tremendos desafíos, a los cuales han respondido con una resiliencia extraordinaria. Reconocemos los esfuerzos realizados por innumerables personas en la universidad y en todo el mundo, que nos han ayudado a adaptarnos y a sostenernos a todos. Gracias y muchas felicidades. Dr. Folks, el piso es suyo.
Good evening, everybody. Please rise, if you are able, for a special version of the national anthem performed earlier by 3 graduating Arizona Musical Theater BFA seniors, Cameron Elias, Jenna Meadows, and Tony Moreno, directed by Christy Kerr and Jamie Reed. Please remove your caps.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? Land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, that's a good way to get started. Please, everyone be seated. Good evening, Wildcats.
Bobby, you said we would be back in person, and here we are.
Lisa, I couldn't be happier to be here in Arizona Stadium tonight with so many students all the way down to the end of the football field. I think we have about 830 students tonight for the College of Education and the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences.
I think that deserves a round of applause. Thank you all.
As we celebrate here on this beautiful campus, and it is a beautiful campus and a beautiful evening, we respectfully acknowledge that the University of Arizona is on unceded land of indigenous people. Today, Arizona is home to 22 federally recognized tribes, with Tucson home to the O'odham and Pasquayaqui tribe. Committed to diversity and inclusion, the university strives to build sustainable relationships with Arizona's Native nations and tribal communities through educational offerings, partnerships, and community service. Our actions will recognize the past and lay the foundation for all future Indigenous students. To all of the Wildcat family and graduates watching tonight throughout Arizona and indeed around the world, thank you for joining our celebration. Graduates, just to be clear about this evening is for you, to recognize your hard work and all of your accomplishments. So please enjoy.
This is a time to give thanks for everything we have and for the people who have dedicated themselves to make our lives better. First, we would like to thank our veterans, active duty, Guard, and Reserve students in attendance with us here tonight for their service to this nation. We would also like to wish good luck to our Wildcat ROTC student graduates who have commissioned as officers in the United States military. And we can't tell you how thankful we are for the people on the front lines of this pandemic, from first responders to all of you who stayed home, masked up and volunteered and got vaccinated. Thank you.
We're especially proud of the people whose hard work, adaptability, compassion have ensured we can continue to serve our students and our community. Our faculty members demonstrated incredible flexibility and expertise as teachers working with students both online and in person. Our researchers sustained their work developing COVID-19 tests for individuals and whole communities while continuing their vital projects for the betterment of humanity. And the amazing COVID-19 response team, including our facilities personnel who kept this city-sized campus running smoothly while building a vaccine freezer farm and an outstanding vaccination pod. Wildcats adapt and bear down.
To our governing body, the Arizona Board of Regents, who work tirelessly to lead, promote, and protect this institution and all that it stands for, we thank you for all you do for us. Graduates, I cannot tell you how happy I am to see all of you here tonight in this space together. I would love to give you all big hugs to congratulate you on your accomplishments. You deserve it. But take just a moment to consider how far we've come this year and how far you've come over these many years to be here tonight in regalia with your colleagues, with your friends and your family, all enjoying the success that they've helped you to create. Here you've developed unparalleled emotional, cultural, and practical intelligence that you will need for the challenges ahead, and we know that you're ready for the next chapter. Our shared values will sustain you, and we are proud to call you fellow Wildcats. You've struggled a great deal, and you've triumphed. And when you reach another crossroad, which you will many times in your lives, we want you to come back to your Wildcat family for hope, for strength, for inspiration, and resilience. We are here for you. President Robbins.
Anyone who perseveres for their higher education goals has demonstrated dedication and forward thinking, but I cannot emphasize enough how proud of all of you we are for working so hard through unprecedented challenges to reach this day, tonight in Arizona Stadium. This past year, I've been so impressed with all Wildcats. It's been famously said, it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. This year, the University of Arizona community showed the world we know how to get back up. The class of 2021 not only has proven they can get back up, they have shown all of us how to persevere, adapt, and move on to a bright future in the face of great uncertainty. No matter what you go on to do with your lives, I want you all, everyone in this class, to remember, you know how to get back up and keep pressing forward to make the world a better place. I know all of you will go on to do amazing things, and that you will continue to create positive impact throughout the world. As you do, know that your Wildcat family is behind you. We are proud of each and every one of you, and we are in awe of what you have accomplished and what you will do next. And now, I would like to introduce our most honored guest who will preside over the majority of the ceremony this evening. Dr. Bruce Johnson, the Dean of the College of Education, and Dr. Shane Burgess, Dean of the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. Please join us. Dr. Johnson, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, President Robbins. We're honored to introduce the people who've played the critical role in today's graduate success. Will all faculty representatives from the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences and the College of Education please rise and be recognized.
We would also like to recognize the most important guests of all, those who provided the love and support that made this evening possible. Graduates, I'd like you to stand up now, please, everybody. Search out for the people who are here to support you tonight in the stands. And make some noise and thank them for everything they've done for you. It's about time this stadium heard some noise again. From now on, Bruce and I expect this is going to be a very, very noisy event. Okay, so keep the noise up all night. Graduates, please take a seat. The College of Agriculture and Life Sciences was Arizona's first expression of faith in the impact of higher education.
The College of Education has prepared generations of educators for schools across Arizona and beyond. Together, our colleges have redefined the state of Arizona and transformed the lives of many generations.
The United States Congress passed 5 land-grant college acts intended to enable access to higher education for everyone, and not just the wealthy and otherwise privileged. And we should never mention land-grant colleges without acknowledging specifically the land that they occupy and whose value they were initially built from. In Tucson, these are the ancestral homelands of the Haudenosaunee O'odham and Pasquayaqui, and statewide of many other nations.
Indigenous peoples have stewarded this land since time immemorial. It is an institutional responsibility to recognize and acknowledge the people, culture, and history that make up the Wildcat community.
Today we see public universities as normal. But in 1862, in the middle of a civil war, they were a unique experiment, one so successful it's been emulated worldwide.
Our 2 colleges represent the best that America's public universities have to offer, and it is fitting that we come together today to celebrate this milestone in your lives.
I would like to take a moment to introduce those here on the platform with me. If you could please stand when I call your names. Dr. Michael Staten, our Bart Carden Associate Dean for Career and Academic Services. Dr. Kirsten Limmerson, Assistant Dean for Graduate Education. Dr. Jim Hunt, Assistant Dean for Career and Academic Services. Ms. Nancy Rodriguez-Lauter, Senior Director of Academic Advising. Representing our department heads and school directors, Dr. Laura Scaramella, Director of the Norton School of Family Consumer Sciences and a multiple alumnus of the University of Arizona. Dr. Joan Curry, a Professor of Environmental Sciences and Chair of the Carden Academy for Teaching Excellence. I want to thank our heroes in healthcare who are putting their own health at risk every day to save lives. In a few minutes, you will hear from Abby, one of our 171 first-generation students in our college who are participating in tonight's graduation. As a first-generation graduate, too, I recognise the special significance of this day to you and your families. I suspect and hope that you have learned more about yourselves during this time at the university than you even learned in your disciplines. For more than 130 years, Cal's graduates have been building solutions to the greatest challenges that face our planet. Now it's your turn to blaze trails in this new world where we find ourselves. You will walk off this stage today as our newest alumni and our newest colleagues, and you'll forever be part of our Cal's family. Education is an asset that can never be taken away from those who have it. For every first-generation student, it changes the economic and social well-being of their families forever. And every student who follows that first-generation student builds on this trajectory. Our K-12 educators are some of my own personal heroes. And this is just one of the reasons I'm honoured to be here at this most unusual of graduation ceremonies with my valued colleague, the Dean of the First College of Education in Arizona, Bruce Johnson.
Thank you much, Dean Burgess. Before I begin, I'd like to introduce our education faculty who are here on the platform with me. First, Dr. Ileana Reyes, Associate Dean and Professor of Teaching, Learning, and Sociocultural Studies. Dr. Carl Liopson, Department Head and Professor of Disability and Psychoeducational Studies. Dr. Regina De Lemen, Department Head and Professor of Education and Policy, Studies, and Practice. Dr. Heidi Burras, Professor of Practice, Educational Psychology. Dr. Marcy Wood, Department Head and Professor of Teaching, Learning, and Sociocultural Studies. And Dr. Jessica Summers, Professor of Teaching, Learning, and Sociocultural Studies. So, graduating class of 2021, it is really great to see your faces in person. It has been a long, long time. We're excited to be able to celebrate with you together tonight. I also would like to acknowledge and welcome the many family members and friends watching the ceremony from home or in the stands. Those at home wish you could be here in person with us. The past year has clearly presented challenges we never would have imagined. We want to thank all of our graduates who not only adapted with us, but did so with amazing grace. Your patience, resilience, your perseverance throughout this difficult time are qualities that will certainly carry you forward to become excellent educators. The last year highlighted the importance of high-quality, culturally responsive education and emphasized the already existing inequities in our education system. There's clearly a lot of work to do. But we feel hopeful, seeing so many graduates committed to transformative action that will progress us forward. It is fitting today that we're sharing the stage with the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. So CALS and the College of Education are two of the older colleges on campus. Together, both colleges are committed to the education of all people in Arizona and around the world. Getting to graduation day was clearly no small feat for any of us. It's really a major accomplishment in the middle of a historic moment. We're so proud of all of you, and we look forward to seeing you thrive and persevere in all your future endeavors. Congratulations, class of 2021. Now I would like to introduce our College of Education Outstanding Graduate Student. Amanda Cheremiah is graduating today from the college for a second time, this time with a PhD in higher education. From student support programs to residence life to university outreach, she's consistently distinguished herself as a superlative leader. Mandy, please join me on stage. An indigenous woman from the Pueblo of Laguna in New Mexico, a central point of Mandy's master's and doctoral work has been her commitment to Native SOAR, a service learning course that specifically helps indigenous middle and high school students to access higher education. Under her leadership, the program has not only survived through the pandemic, but thrived, which is evidenced by its 100% first-year to sophomore retention rate. It's remarkable. Through her scholarship, instructional work, and courageous advocacy, Mandy has made remarkably important contributions to Native SOAR, the college, the university, and to indigenous communities in Arizona and beyond. She's an outstanding student and a profoundly positive force in our community. Congratulations, Mandy.
Goatsi se hopa kautuista e shashka tsana hanusta. Greetings, families, friends, and graduates. I greeted you in the ancient language called Keres, which is spoken by my tribal community of Laguna Pueblo, which is located in New Mexico. First, I'd like to acknowledge the University of Arizona resides on the traditional homelands of the Tohono O'odham Nation and Pascua Yaqui people. I'd also like to acknowledge all the loved ones that we have lost during the pandemic. Despite all we've been through, we made it here together. Take a deep breath and take in all of this. This is a very special time because we're the first class to reconvene in a commencement ceremony like no other. How education has changed and evolved since March of 2020. My friend Alicia, who is a second grade teacher at a charter school in South Tucson, shared with me that one of her students asked her, "Miss, when you were little like us, did you go through a pandemic too?" She smiled and said no. The face of education is rapidly changing. In all realms of education, we've seen a wide range of teaching modalities. Some students have acclimated well, but many others have not. The pandemic sheds light on the inequities within education. And as College of Education graduates, we've been equipped with the knowledge and skills to be change makers in this new educational landscape. I often share with the students I mentor, I'm graduating from the 22nd grade, which is a PhD. For 10 years in our college, I've been part of the University of Arizona's flagship program, Native SOAR, which is a multi-generational service learning program that serves undergraduate Wildcats and indigenous youth throughout the Southwest. One of the most powerful lessons I've learned from my peers, like Madge, Felice, Amanda, Charlinda, Alex, Garrison, and many other College of Ed faculty, like Drs. Lee, Rhodes, Delamen, Nicholas, Garcia, Shirley, and Lopez, is that as mentors, educators, and teachers, the greatest responsibility we have is to build the confidence of our students who we love and serve. No matter what grade you're graduating from today, whether it's from the 16th grade or 18th or 22nd grade, you will have and continue to build the confidence of students for many generations to come. I close today with affirmations my friends Felice and Maria, who are part of the Native SOAR team, and I speak to our Native SOAR students. Take a deep breath and take in these words. You are loved, You are worthy. You are storytellers. You are courageous. You are overcomers. You are intelligent. You are creative geniuses. You are change makers. Class of 2021, you embody these powerful words. Much love to my mom, Dr. Roylene J. Ross, Meredith and Matt, Grandma Ovi, Madge, Felice, Auntie Terry, and the Indigenous Thinkers Group. Congrats, class of 2021. Thank you. And I will now turn it over to Associate Dean Staten.
Thank you very much, Mandy. Could I ask Abby Penix to make her way up to the stage? A hallmark of the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences is our commitment to being a diverse, student-centered college. For each graduation convocation, we invite our graduating students to speak to their fellow graduates and to submit a statement and perhaps be selected to address all of their fellow graduates. So Abby, I see you're up here. Let me say some good things about you. Abby's graduating with a degree in retailing and consumer science. She was in the inaugural class of the Lundgren Scholars at the Terry J. Lundgren Center for Retailing, a program that creates pathways to industry. Abby shared recently her Scholars Project, which focused on the sneaker resale industry, to a group of retailing icons at our Global Retail Ideas Summit just last month. For her next challenges, she'll pursue a career in product development in the athletic apparel industry and a master's degree in supply chain management. Abby's path to graduation is a reflection of our entire Cal student body, a class determined to persevere and achieve their goals. And as the first in her family to graduate from college, Abby also represents the more than 30% of Cal's undergraduates who are also first-generation students. Abby, welcome.
Thank you. When I stepped onto the campus of the University of Arizona 4 years ago, there were so many feelings of fear, nervousness, hope, and determination that ran through me. I was embarking on a journey that no one in my family had completed before me. To be completely honest, I was more scared than anything. College can be filled with so many unknowns, and for someone like myself, that can be crippling. But after 4 years here, I can say that I have learned to embrace fear and use it to strive closer and closer to my dreams. Being a student at the University of Arizona and at the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences has taught me more than I could have ever imagined. I feel empowered to form my opinions and to express them in a well-formatted argument that is 12-point font, Times New Roman, double-spaced with 1-inch margins. Joking aside, being a student at the University of Arizona has changed my life through experiences that you can only have here. Maybe the most important lesson that I have learned throughout my time here is that we must all allow ourselves the opportunity to fail and to embrace fear. When we allow ourselves to fail, we allow ourselves the chance to learn and grow. And when we embrace the fear of not knowing, we embrace the ability to control what is within our power. Now is the time to look back once more and see how far you've come, and know that none of that would have been possible if you did not believe in yourself. Looking to the future, my hope for us all is that we have learned enough here to take a chance on ourselves, to face our fears, and to never forget to bear down. Congratulations. It is my pleasure to welcome the College of Education Associate Dean Eliana Reyes to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. Buenas tardes, good evening. Megan McDevitt, can I invite you to approach the podium, the stage? So Megan McDevitt is known by her supervisor, professors, and students as an intelligent, dedicated, and empathetic leader. A first-generation college student, today Megan is graduating with a bachelor's degree in Deaf Studies with emphasis in educational interpreting. Megan, please join me on the stage. Throughout her coursework, she consistently stood out as a thoughtful, thorough, and well-written. Despite the added pressure from the pandemic, she demonstrated her diligence and adaptability with her educational interpreter fieldwork was moved for an online format. Outside of her studies, she has worked for CATS Academics as an ASL tutor and has been promoted twice, first to an executive board member and again to chief executive board officer. She's described by her supervisor as extremely resilient, intelligent, and perhaps most importantly, she shows belief in her students and herself. Through both her studies and work, Megan shines as a dedicated leader and professional. It is her gift, passion, and knowledge that deemed her the College of Education May 2021 Outstanding Senior. Congratulations, felicidades, Megan.
Hello, everyone. I'm Megan, and I'm this year's College of Education Outstanding Senior. I never thought this would be my reality. Just graduating from college would have been enough for me. So I've decided that we're all the outstanding class of 2021. Now, I know what you're thinking. She totally stole that from Mean Girls. Next thing we know, she's gonna pull a crown out of her robes and start throwing pieces of it out to the audience. But all jokes aside, I'm serious. Each and every one of us is the outstanding class of 2021. We're the only class that knows what it's like to achieve such a huge goal while the world crumbles around us. I remember what it was like to come home from spring break to a completely new world, and I'm sure most of you remember that too. We had the chance to quit after spring 2021, but we didn't. We stayed in our tiny apartments in that one corner of the house with the best Wi-Fi and lighting, and put our heads down and worked. We chose not to give up. Even if you went to your every single Zoom class in your PJs, or you went through it screaming and crying the whole way, or went running in full speed, you, each and every one of you, took your education into your hands and chose not to give up. We did this. We got ourselves here, and we are the outstanding class of 2021. We lived through history, we learned through history, we succeeded through history. Now let's go show the world what we're made of. Here's to the outstanding class of 2021.
Hadika Maksud, please join us on the stage. Hadika is earning a doctoral degree in biosystems engineering, where her research has focused on learning advanced techniques and methods in water management, irrigation, and urban infrastructure. Hadika is a multifaceted, multi-talented researcher, insightful leader, and even a bit of an influencer. Drawing from her experience as a Fulbright scholar studying in the US, Hadika creates videos on study skills, scholarships, and study abroad opportunities, all shared through her popular YouTube channel. Hadika credits her year-long experience as a CALS Impact Leaders Fellow with building essential career skills, including leadership, communication, and networking. With these skills, combined with her technical experience, Hadika is posed to create a positive, sustainable impact as she works with international organizations focused on climate change and smart agriculture. Hadika.
Good evening, President, Provost, Deans, guests, and especially my Biosystems Engineering faculty. And thank you, College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, for giving me this opportunity to speak on behalf of class of 2021. Whoa, it was a long journey. I recall my first day in Tucson in August, where the scorching heat almost made me doubt my choice. Before long, though, I fell in love with the saguaro, the sunsets, and the food. Then, as we all got further into our programs, we faced unprecedented challenges. Doubts about who we are, why we are here, and the struggle to balance work, school, and life. Today, I feel rich as I recount these 4 years. I learned that when we connect the dots of our experiences in life, they join together to become something beautiful. I am 8,000 miles away from home, but I feel connected to this world like never before. I have made friends from diverse cultures, and in them, I found a family. I work with the professor whose book I studied from during my undergrad back in Pakistan. I have spent 16 hours straight on a code that just refused to work, and then the next 5 hours in my bed sulking. I have scribbled on library whiteboards and finished assignments on road trips. I have hosted chai parties because someone had to introduce the real chai. I improved my presentation and leadership skills by much participation in university events. These are all the experiences that have accumulated to the makings of a purposeful life. This journey at U of A has been like a Rubik's Cube, a colorful puzzle that can be so tedious, yet exhilarating when we finally solve it in the end. And today, I stand here as the first-generation PhD, ready to contribute. As we leave this campus, let us appreciate the immense support from our faculty and parents. We are all excited, yet nervous, about our next chapter in life. And I want to say that let's continue with the same curiosity and passion for a healthy, happy, and purposeful life ahead. Congratulations, everyone. I now invite the deans of both colleges to the podium.
Undergraduates, so this is the moment you've been waiting for. You will now have the opportunity to walk across the stage in Arizona Stadium. So please line up as directed by the field marshals and listen carefully. Remember to keep your masks on while in line, stay physically distanced, and as you cross the stage, head down the red carpet immediately to the photographers. Then please return to your seats. We will read our virtual candidates' names amongst their peers walking here tonight. So if you're watching from home, know that we're thrilled to celebrate you and wish you were here with us.
Guests, you'll note some of our students are wearing cords, stoles, and/or other mementos. These can represent college colors, academic honors, campus and college leadership, or other involvements. Congratulations to those of you who've achieved these distinctions.
Abby Nicole Penix. Gaetano Barnes. Brianna Nicole Rhoda. Felizardo Camacho. Joining us virtually, Ricardo Armenta Jacobo.
Megan McDevitt.
Angus Jack Donaldson.
Eliana Kate Bowling.
Martin Johnson.
Madison Taylor Warner.
Arvine Asgar.
Annette Jacqueline Arriaga Orozco.
Raina Fight. Joining us virtually, Bailey Bishop.
Jennifer Ann Russell.
Isabella Rodriguez.
Joining us virtually is Jasmine Brooks.
Jessica Bauer.
Stella Abigail Felix.
Jerry Diaz.
Kylie Ackers.
Jasmine Weathersby.
Francisca Amy Miranda.
Olivia Lychok.
Joining us virtually is Joshua Lee Brown.
Samantha Britton.
Jacqueline Molina Castaneda.
Virtual attendee Catherine Elizabeth Brooks.
Laura Yolanda Candelas.
Roy David Santa Cruz.
Rebecca Claire Dorsback.
Nicole Kanako McHugh.
Joining us virtually is Alexis Victoria Butler.
Madison Bates.
Heather McCormick.
Daisy Elizabeth Salas.
Ellie Baker.
Virtual attendee Laura Cagnetta.
Joining us virtually is Lisa Friedman.
Isabella Maria Valenzuela.
Amanda Hunter Ammons.
Brianna Zoe Espinosa.
Galiana Carranza.
Fabiola Marie de Avalle.
Nicole Victoria McMillan.
Virtual attendee Megan Alyssa Colburn.
Joining us virtually is Ana Karina Guevara.
Rachel Robinson.
Remy Kaufman.
Hunter Nicole Nair.
Kiara M. Bloom.
Topacio Salazar.
Veronica Sharon.
Caitlin Nicole Cortez.
Taja Kiana Starr.
Alexander Brenton Stinson.
Tirsa Bailey.
Joining us virtually, Kaylin Haley Connors.
Stephanie Johnson.
Nino Quiñones Sesto.
Madison Heinzel.
Megan Kathleen McGee.
Joining us virtually is Olivia Jewel Horowitz.
Joining us virtually, Allison Tak Do.
Susana Segura Plasencia.
Jeffrey Taylor Martin.
Abigail Reyes.
Paige Alexandra Metronice.
Dylan Robert South.
Alan Mata.
Joining us virtually is Jeremy Hutchins.
Joining us virtually, Erica Michelle Dobbins.
Amelia Rose Drake.
Kyle Pierce Katz.
Joining us virtually is Suzanne Don Mendoza.
Joining us virtually, Robert Alexander Garretts.
Laura Vance.
Justin Billy.
Maya Vigil Emerson.
Sarah Graham.
Kendall Colell.
Cecilia Stebbins.
Marisol Bejarano.
Natasha Marie George.
Lisette Liliana Martinez.
Joining us virtually, Kirsten Gilks.
Joining us virtually is Sydney Margaret Turner.
Emily Allison Felix.
Shawnee Dixon.
Megan Nickerson.
Rosa Elena Calderon.
Amber Elisa Valencia.
Diana Renee Teran.
Ryan Thomas Benty.
Jessica Lorraine Estrada.
Joining us virtually, Shayna Halverson.
Montana Hines.
Valeria Borges Smith.
Katie Pratt Ferguson.
Julia Elizabeth Ray.
Hannah Marie Leckie.
Joining us virtually, Asia Rose Hallman.
Roxy May Jones.
Gemma Esmeralda Hernandez.
Osmin Constanza Barbon.
Daniela Adriana Remillard.
Hannah Milberg.
Colleen Effinger.
Lane Catherine Capsalis.
Joining us virtually, Carson Anthony Macias.
Rachel Elson.
Marley Beth Kelman.
Jessica Ferreira.
Abigail Catherine Charles.
Nicholas Patrick Allegret.
Alexa Colby Tootle.
Kathleen Hoying.
Joining us virtually, Matthew Mai.
Jessica Faith Borum.
Lauren Brown.
Kimberly Gomez.
Skylar Tynan.
Alex Tuttle.
Maria Olga Hernandez.
Amanda Michelle Goldberg.
Joining us virtually, Alejandro Martinez. Brennan Britt Jones.
Alexandra Marie Behrens.
Enrique Marquez Ramirez.
Madeline Alonso.
Joining us virtually, Liliana Ruby Molina.
Taylor Renee Sanchez.
Ashley Christensen.
Nancy Gabriela Weiler.
Mackenzie Ann Moore.
Lauren Lyons.
Ellie Louise Jobst.
Alexandra Altman.
Guadalupe Angelica Lopez.
Ashley Anders.
Anna Marie Hall.
Lucas Edward Maroney.
Reason Mayer.
Sierra Howard.
Mackenzie Chickering.
Serena Victoria Randon Gamboa.
Victoria Gale Rackley.
Carlos Leonel Moreno.
Corey Dorsey.
Keely Shannon Hudson.
Jaron Anthony Moreland.
Isla Patton.
Casey Joe Lewis.
Jessica Martinez.
Brittany Ann Fauble.
Cassidy Eric.
Sean Gregory Lowley.
Randy Suzanne Longville. Tanya McCracken.
Alyssa Reed Mosley.
Connor William Buckley McNitt.
Rachel Lynn Whitman.
Abby Stady.
Kavitha Koshkarian.
Bailey Kyle Ringer.
Azriela Friedman.
Mackenzie Storm Sapko.
Noah Sage Garfin.
Leanne Taylor Don.
Claire Marie Llewellyn.
Brennan Fetter.
Anthony Saporito.
Kenzie Maddox.
Anna Elizabeth Homeister.
Nicholas Robles.
Emily Renee Carroll.
Amanda Monroe Ramirez.
Andrew Aguilera.
Shaniqua Matthias.
Cecily Cynthia Sierra.
Elizabeth Bernali Estrella.
Yusad Talavera Guillen.
Anais Georgina Mejia.
Virtual attendee Connor Clay Muirhead.
Alessandra Meli Muri.
Abraham Gerardo Sanchez.
Lillian Juan Nija.
Jacob Joseph Melser.
Carly McLean.
Catherine Marie Clyer.
Kirsten Lynn Hillick.
Virtual attendee Dahlia Elena Parker.
Laura Inez Pinedo.
Natasha Maria Lofgren.
Elizabeth Arros.
Brandon Larson.
Stephanie Moykins.
Gabriela Josephine Martinez.
Guadalupe Ramirez.
Zachary Bristow.
Damari Carrillo.
Virtual attendee Alexandria Gabriela Payton.
Dina Holland.
Virtual attendee Mariana Perez Grijalva.
Kelsey Bray Murphy Johnson.
Virtual attendee Jackie Ryben.
Arthur Lamb.
Virtual attendee Kylie Suzanne Sacco.
Cassandra Pilar Coburn.
Skylar Knight.
Keanu Heeson.
Morgan Lynn Frost.
Paige Anderson.
Wade Isaac Sumner.
Paige Mackenzie Sewell.
Cora Thomas.
Faye Reagan Munoz.
Sebastian Curiel.
Zipporah Beranowski.
Virtual attendee Shella Shmariyahu.
Barry Ross.
Attending virtually Jessica Sophia Sierra.
Jaden Renee Hansen.
Virtual attendee Travis Smith.
Aaron Allen.
Hannah Riley.
Kylie Foster.
Claire Marie Gabrielle Jersey.
Lauren Fisher.
Brianna Blackwell.
Haley Lynn Jenkins.
Amartha Singh.
Brianna Lee Chesbo.
Virtual attendee Lindsay Soltis.
Vanessa Marie McDaniel.
Joining us virtually, Milena Starr.
Caitlin Craig.
Amber Lee Holmes.
Natalie Moffitt.
Nicole Ann Newton.
Rachel Maureen Gramling.
Vanessa Marie Moreno.
Elisa Aaron Grossman.
Adriana Marie Perez.
Suhey Benavides.
Alicia Kathleen Skull.
Terania Estrella Esperanza Ruiz.
Virtual attendee Andrew William Vanderbosch.
How do you say that? Misari Bajorquez.
Cameron Brian Allen.
Selena Renee Moon.
Jaden Ballesteri.
Alexander Aiken.
Adam Derrick.
Reina Marie Salgado.
Riley Daniela Sheppers.
Carmen Gallegos.
Max Tucker Leibowitz.
Shira Kodum.
Courtney Leanne Lopez.
Kiera Eileen Klopfenstein.
Viviana Beltran.
Sage Emmanuel Linsky.
Therese Gaston.
Jacqueline Van Wyck.
Maria M. Vasquez.
Raquel let me say this right. Raquel Divina Stevens. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. Raquel Divine Stevens.
Virtual attendee Carlos William Villanueva.
Reina Conti.
Jessica Lynn Wynn.
Jesus Alberto Villarreal.
Samantha Alice Yazzie.
Kathleen Yvonne Barrett.
Trey Allen Taylor.
Laura Suzanne Elizabeth Switzer.
Austin York Rice.
Sawyer Marshall.
Virtual attendee Savannah Voss.
Joshua Gaines.
Jessica Ray Curran.
Grace Ann Funk.
Joyce Chen.
Haley Jane Kolinsky.
Isabella Rudy.
Jenna Lee Wilsey.
Mary Alexis Manley.
Cynthia Jasmine Guillen.
Megan Ashley Dominguez.
Haley Jo McCorkle.
Destiny Brisa Ramirez.
Taylor Albert.
Joanna Saito.
Sarah Ann DeLonger.
Megan Barrett Mock.
Michelle Ruiz Mosso.
Jared Peter Alaga.
Jordan Lily Patters.
William Christopher Paulson.
Orabi Carmona Gonzalez. Amy Lynn Spotted Wolf.
Maria Rodriguez.
Vanessa Fawn Holmes.
Andy Elise Peterson.
Adriana Cherie James.
Lily Sanchez.
Abigail Adams.
Christina Nicole Evans.
Emily Block.
Michaela Char Allison.
Joshua Burgess.
Luis Velasquez.
Rihanna Ray Sanchez Ibarra.
Aaron Cargman.
Calvin Malone Smith.
Scarlett Lauren.
Haley Danielle Hart.
Kiara N. Tarver.
Kayla Minhares.
Michael Lopez.
Olivia Thea Gonzalez.
Claire Drake Lawless.
Alexis Adriana Urquidez.
Virtual attendee Margaret Alessandra Waskow.
Kylie Grace Danvers Gay.
Michaela Quinn Kistner.
Laura Elise Garcia.
Sophia Lee Quick.
Maria Isabel Teo.
Allison Turk.
Paulina Alvarez Lugo.
Carly Epstein.
Tori Danielle Grillo.
Gloria Abril Chavez.
Tanya Yesenia Soto.
Catherine Getchell.
Rachel Alexandra de los Santos.
Victoria Lindsay.
Alicia Garcia.
Desiree Sarzosa.
Talia Dolores Segura.
Evangelina Buckley.
Kaylee Marion.
Marin Elizabeth Stewart.
Jillian Paige Diaz.
Jacqueline Nicole Snyder.
Natalie Isabella De Harris.
Allison Rose Reeves. Rivas.
Jordan Elise Burgess.
Samantha Rose Camblin.
Kyla Danielle Beck.
Cassandra Chavez.
Colleen Osborne.
Sierra Lynn Bosley.
Julia Claire Salmons.
Abdulakim Ibrahim.
Kathleen Elizabeth Koval.
Lauren Schubert.
Lindsay Marie Rabelais.
Megan Patricia Schmidt.
Ashley Abigail Rodriguez.
Madison Brooke Gary.
Brianna Renee Chavez.
Dana Carbone.
Kayla Alexis Cardenas.
Carly Alexandra Wood.
Haley Kaiser.
Mackenzie Francis Jackson.
Stephanie Trippon.
Virtual attendee Bailey Alexis Weiss.
Taylor Dobson.
A virtual attendee Emma Catherine Walensky.
Anastasia Maria Batsalvith.
Deja Taggart.
Desiree Molina.
Kelly Ann McEwen.
Liliana Valeria Ibarra.
Diego Cervantes.
Ashley Norwood.
Manuel Hernandez.
Daniela Citlalik Hernandez.
Daniela Rodriguez Rios.
Samantha Josefina Glassick.
Xiomara Romero.
Sarah Elizabeth Diener.
Antonio Tellez Soto.
Audrey Eleanor Louie.
Claire Alexandra Lathan.
Jacqueline Hannah.
Emily Patricia Edenfield. Joshua Bancroft. Gianna Devine Stewart. Zoe Alexandra Coel. Jesus Enrique Fimbres. Ariel May Olvey. Camilo Thomas Ortiz. Adriana Mia Acuna. Ashley Elizabeth Hughes. Maya Rose Kyler. Brindy Hall. Mia Elena Granados. Maya Dang. Victoria Guzman Gras. Megan Acacia Hall. Carly Joan Schmidt. Sierra Marie Colell. Matthew Youngs. Dominic Stephen Cervantes. Julian David Moriada. Alexis Judith Coronado Gallardo. Nicholas Bozick. Destiny Maricela Mankel. Grace Ann Nichol. Jacob Brown. Gabrielle Sage Rabinowitz. Hannah Jean Riedemann. Naif Nasir Amalki. Margaret West. Emma Lynn Bartlett. Sophia Ray Slen. Ricardo Andrade Vasquez. Zachary Edward Beagle. David Tafoya. Elizabeth Pacheco Galvan. Alexander Jacob Odell. Jessica Martin. Say the homer. Cody William Trago. Matthew Christopher Hills. Eliana Ariel Dikoff. Morgan Leslie Berrigan. Gabrielle Lauren Nimmo. Sienna Noel Hartzell. Macleus Montigaza. Elizabeth Preciado. Jaden Iniguez. Faith Johnson. Jesus Humberto Felix de los Reyes. Annie Marie Lucas. Paige Ronaldo. Jessica Cusack. Alejandra Canet. Devin Noel Yazari. Alexander Charles Wilcom. Lauren Fagan. Jessica Peterson. Sahil Purik. Cameron James Johnston. Lana Truong. Maggie Orm. Mia Adali Castillo. Madison Grace Rose. Marissa Abayeta. Megan Lynn. Hannah Mary Hall. Leslie K. Jewell. Reese McKenna Denmead. Brianna Ashley Perez. Catherine Jameson Maroney. Sydney Lynn Wilkerson. Jennifer Cronin. Madison Danielle Bickham. Lauren Elizabeth Burrow. Christopher Mauli Fagan. Lanny Michelle Dumas. Nicole Elizabeth Antes. John Henry Walsh. Garrett Cole. Raven Brazier Green. Lorenza Chandra Sharp. Isabella Anaya. Kyle Field Fulton. Jamie Thomas. Ashley Jordan Fitzgerald. Brant Armstrong.
Jenna Elizabeth Christensen. Holly Jean Albrick. Nicole Natalia Sabashkek. Juliana Litrovic. Josie Isabella Waxker. Makaya Dione Marshall. Haley Lannis Shoup. Paige Brooklyn Whipple. Melissa Montano. Lily Isabella Tomas. Autumn Horvat. Amanda Lee Linville. L'Oreal Brown. Pearl Craig. Raleigh Poini Wapoiwi. Jessica Lynn Penners. Dulce Maria Guzman. Marangeli Soto. Shannon Taylor Dunkley. Nikki Young. Jacqueline Santa Maria Gonzalez. Erasmo Pablo Rocha. Megan Kathleen Isengart. Riley Summers. Anne Robinson Camps. Yinkai Wang. Jenna Parker. Jody Coñez. Judea Coñez. Nia Taylor Dean. Francesca Lanza-Me. Nathaniel Arias. Alexandria Keidel. Emma Sofia Chula. Triana Doria. Sarah Grace Sabao. Alexandra Taylor Resnick. Marley Marie Absalon. Megan Nicole Story. Ashley Jordan Murdoch. Desiree Cassandra Carrillo. Mariah Victoria Cathy. Sydney Paige Clevenger. Vanessa Reichenberger. Kaylee Lynn Shoemate. Natalie Kimball. Lauren Elizabeth Pittman. Mallory Ann Lunsford. Jesse Phillips Stain. Mariah Lara. Anna Jewel Odulan. Bethany Ruth Johnson. Sierra Lore. Casey Wellard. Brenda Esmeralda Jimenez. James Maddox Bradley. Nicole Ashlyn Courtney. Madison Callie. Margaret Elizabeth Free. Julia Margaret Goldman. Christy Renee Pearson. Caitlin Rose Slepian. Alyssa Marie Glenn. Austin Gonzalez. Grant Johnson. Christina Brown. Raúl Manuel Morales. Heather Lynn Swanson. Peyton Bellows. Sydney Frieden. Taylor Knight. Joel Andrew Morgan. Giovanna Nava. Gloria Elena Vanegas. Bianca Leticia Barraza Perez. Claire Louise Harders. Laura Wilson. Andrew Raby. Lily Ashton Mason. Annalisa Marie Del Grosso. Grace Elizabeth Riley. Tate Emily Jameson. Cami Strander. Jordan Elizabeth Piekarski. Brett Sanuik. Megan Elizabeth Winston. Stephen Chadaris. Garrett Joseph Rohan. Reem Bitar. Kimberly Osorio Soriano. Alexis Brianne Goldstein. Melanie Quintero Cárdenas. Michaela Jo Valenzuela. Mary Claire Cezuto. Megan Ashley Cordery. Michaela Renee Dahlstrom. Stephen Nguyen. Stanley McBride. Callie Pera. Kayla Joseman. Eden Winninger. Brenna Ann Doyle. Brooke Madison Kearney. Madeline Dykeman. Samantha Renee Atkins. Kayla Alice Blackwell. Victoria Ann Ramsey. Harley Auza. Adelie Martinez. Christine Julianne Cornish. Amy Garcia. Kirsten Aslinger. Jasmine Monia Espino. Jacob Denton. Olivia May Blanda. Lauren Haley Auditori. Dominique Rose Rounds. Renee Ann Bixby. Nia Janae Gordon. Savannah Marie Ramos. Madison Elaine Ballard. Brooke Stowe. Kayla Michelle Price. Carissa Irene Ramos. Angela Irene Perez. Shelby Lynn Roebling. Gary Gusail. Serena Sanchez. Paloma Adriana Orozco. Cameron Parker. Julie Jones. Vanessa Jane Coop. Jordan Haley Hare. Zoe Delaray Armbruster. Jordan Taylor Hooper. Renata Tyler. Zori Sierra Simpson. Rana Mustafa. Annalise Espinosa Guerrero. Morgan Elizabeth Hargrove. Sydney Broad. Taylor Strasser. Taylor Schall. Isaac Zarif. Charles Howard Royce Coolin. Wyatt Seth Kent. Sydney Joy Pierce. Claire Ann Vercruci. Kenny Yingst. Thais Salais Rascon. Maya King. Cassidy Grace McSorley. Sarah Diaz Combs. Lily Rose Halverson. Haley Eman. Carolyn Sue Preister. Suhaila Alexis Parra.
Rolando Valenzuela Camus. Jorge Daniel de Gavas Antillon. Melina Thording. Anna Elizabeth Cummings. Tiffany Lane Smith. Reagan Hughes. Alexis Ray Malkoff. Madison Jean Trevis. Myra Alexandra Hernandez. Morgan Saucedo. Luis Carlos Quezada. April Pahi. Kayla Williams. Ariana Elise Roche. Lucia Fernanda Serrano. Matthew Murphy. Camille Sarah McCollum. Alyssa Marie Menendez. Taylor Reynolds. Sloan Ashley Swallow. Zoe Rachel Hutchings. Madison Barker. Jacob Strickland. Jacob Thomas Nickerson. Lissetti Botita. Catherine Taylor Johnson. Harley William Hodgson. Julia Kettles. Brandon Perez. Gabrielle Moroney. Amanda Lewis. Abdullah Khalid Alabad. Mohammed Darwish. Jumana Farah. Ala Alchadar. Kieran Connor. Elliot Mueller. Nicole Kim. Before anybody else gets back up here, congratulations again, bachelor's recipients.
President Robbins, I am honored to present this year's candidates who've satisfied the requirements for the Bachelor of Science degree in Biosystems Engineering, Bachelor of Science degree in Environmental Sciences from the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, the Bachelor of Arts and the Bachelor of Science degrees from the College of Education.
By the authority vested in me by the Arizona Board of Regents and at the conclusion of your academic coursework, and acting on the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the appropriate bachelor's degrees with all the attendants' rights and responsibilities. Please accept my warmest congratulations. Well done.
And now I ask that our deans to come forward to the podium to present the candidates for master's degrees.
Will the master's candidates and candidates of all other professional degrees please rise, if able, and be recognised? Will the master's candidates and candidates of all other professional degrees please place your hoods over your shoulders?
Now please follow your ushers to the appropriate platform side and cross the stage. Remember to keep your masks on, stay physically distanced, and as you cross the stage, head down the red carpet immediately to the photographers, then please return to your seats. We will read these master candidates who are watching from home while our in-person candidates approach the stage.
Joining us virtually, Fakriza Ab-Latif.
Joining us virtually, Carrie Ann Hibbler.
Joining us virtually, Samantha Nicole Blau.
Joining us virtually, Danielle Samantha Louise Jorge.
Joining us virtually, Tana Brown.
Joining us virtually, Anna Maka Mervite.
Joining us virtually, Allison Cochran.
Joining us virtually, Adriana Latoya Nicolay.
Joining us virtually, Rachel Christine Conley.
Joining us virtually, Kunal Palavut.
Joining us virtually, Jamie Lee Elliott.
Joining us virtually, Alana Victoria Zubler.
Joining us virtually, Emily Fecht. Joining us virtually, Kristen Gothia. Joining us virtually, Monisha May Jacobs. Joining us virtually, Felicitia Hardy Joe. Joining us virtually, Brianna Jones. Joining us virtually, Kelson Logan. Joining us virtually, Abigail Lohmeyer. Joining us virtually, Kelly Marie Wilson. And joining us virtually, Jennifer Zong.
And joining us on stage, Teresa Waters.
Lindsay Sogamil Lee.
Zachary Siberson.
Sarah Vieta.
Guadalupe Anaid Serrano.
Alma Gonzalez Luxardo.
Deandra Jones.
Alexandra Inman.
Riley Jordan Goshek.
Shayla Johannes.
Zhaolin Zhao.
Karina Patricia Sagario Callejas Rodriguez. Thank you.
Bryce David White.
Carmen Duffy.
Alexandra Schoffeling.
Lauren Hovland.
Jonathan Allen Link.
Kaywan Montrell Smith.
Paris Claire Stegall.
Jamie Thompson.
Kim Lachini. Christy L. Kim Lachini.
Maria Sherman.
Alexandra Carlisle.
Dominique Suvana. McKenna Marie Martin. Dominique Elizabeth Lewis. Samantha Jordan Bendoff. Nicholas Munoz. Sorry. Daniel Shrimp. Larry P. Smith. Abby Amos. Priscilla Ledzima. Inyen Go. Samuel Singh. Lindsay March. Rachel Finnegan. Eileen Serios. Ana Fernanda Barron. Lillian Constance Easter. Ilana Edelman. Fatima Alazimi. Gabriela Miraz. Antoinette Lopez Sani. Brandon Rolf Gustafsson. Sophia Meckler. Thor Joyner. Megan Amarie Mace. Anissa Soto Anthony. Anthony Levi Hedgepeth. Ashley Nicole Para. Shelby Gorsman. Sydney Brooke Parker. Kylie Shea Gunta. Logan Michaela Aiken. Molly Trainer. Gabriel Martinez. Alexandria Brown. Darian Garcia Gutierrez. Ray Richards. Kira Rojas Sakir. Abby Colvin. Antonia Morado. April Sutton. Victoria Thomas. Darian Alana Corey. Leah Shushwama Zakaria. Stephanie Carrasco. Erendita Guardado. Desiree Lorenz. Teresa Marie Sanders. Elizabeth Kowalski Paragosa. Lauren Kent. Julia Estefan Hernandez. Angelica Marie Lariva. Garrison Bernard Smith. Jean-Luc A. Fontaine. Monique Christine Quiros. Emily Dorn. Trevor Eaton. Vanessa Valenzuela. Sarah Mori. Aiden Patrick O'Donnell. Jared Gaskunwitz. Gabrielle Marie Hassan Yeager. Akia Warrior. Jennifer Kumersi. Mark Willer. Denise Russell. Natalie Ann Fieser. Johnny Blair. Joel Lee Barrington. Samantha Rose Sullivan. Jessica Marie Randolph. Tiana Smith. Alexa Berlanga. Ambry Dawn Scribner.
Let us have a round of applause for our master's candidates. President Robbins, I now have the honor to present those candidates who have met the requirements for each of our master's degrees in the College of Education and the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences.
By the authority vested in me by the Arizona Board of Regents and acting on the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the appropriate master's degrees, professional degree, with all rights and responsibilities. Please accept my warmest congratulations. Well done.
And now, I ask that our deans please join me at the podium to present the candidates for doctoral degrees.
The doctorate is the highest degree conferred by any university. Not only are the doctoral degree recipients the ultimate academic achievers, they will now take their place among the world's scholarly societies, both teaching the next generation of students and creating the next generation of art, insight, knowledge, and discovery. Will all our doctoral candidates and their mentors please approach the stage? We will read the names of these doctoral candidates, watching from home alongside their colleagues.
I'm particularly pleased to say that Arizona has been recognized as one of the top universities nationally in awarding PhDs to women and people of color. Now we will begin hooding education doctoral students, followed by doctoral students from the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences.
Joining us virtually, Natania Guadalupe Garcia. Joining us virtually, Chelsea Carr. Joining us virtually, Kirsten Lancy. Joining us virtually, Alexi Moreno Marquez. Joining us virtually, Jesse Michael Stipek. The following students will be hooded by Dr. Carl Leopson, Department Head of Disability and Psychoeducational Studies. Hisel Mariah Philbeck. Erin Ashley Taylor. Gray Peace Blues. Aaron Aldrich. Haya Al-Sharani. Sevgi Kirboyan. Zeynep Yilmaz. Modawi Abdul Rakaz Al-Medil. Garrison Sinah Jinni. Dylan Okechuko Bartun. Jacqueline Nicole Wolf. The following students will be hooded by Dr. Heidi Burrows, Professor of Educational Psychology. Margaret Ariana Medina. Sarah Grace. The following students will be hooded by Dr. Regina Delamen, Department Head of Educational Policy Studies and Practice. Marisol Quiros. Jessica Marie Geardy. Stephanie Celaya Cervanti. Amanda Chermaya. Charlinda Hodley. Celesta Yvonne Atkins. Celesta Yvonne Atkins. Devin Lee Thomas. The following students will be hooded by Dr. Marcy Wood, Department Head of Teaching, Learning, and Sociocultural Studies. Joseph Kevin Spink. Aurora Satori.
Turning now to our doctoral candidates from the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. We have 4 candidates joining us virtually this evening. As a candidate from Family and Consumer Sciences, Ashley LeBaron. As a candidate in Natural Resources, Aaron McGee. As a candidate for Soil, Water, and Environmental Sciences, Mohamed Reza Monfared. And as a candidate also in Soil, Water, and Environmental Sciences, Sarah Van Glupt. Joining us in person this evening, as a candidate in Nutritional Sciences, Christy Ellen Kreitz, hooded by Assistant Dean Kirsten Limison. As a candidate in Plant Sciences, Asiya Hamzasi, also hooded by Assistant Dean Kirsten Limison. And as a candidate in Family and Consumer Sciences, Victoria Ligon, hooded by Professor Laura Scaramella. From Biosystems Engineering, Katika Karj, hooded by Professor Jong Yol Yoon. Also as a candidate from Biosystems Engineering, Rebecca Waller, hooded by Professor Murat Kassira. And also as a candidate from Biosystems Engineering, Hadika Maksud, hooded by Professor Peter Waller. From Nutritional Sciences, Victoria Bland, hooded by Professor Scott Goin. From Soil, Water, and Environmental Sciences, Arthur Moses III, hooded by Professor Monica Ramirez Andriata. And also from Soil, Water, and Environmental Sciences, Norma Villagomez Marquez, hooded by Professor Monica Ramirez Andriata. And Lydia Jennings. Congratulations, candidates.
Let's hear it for all of our PhD candidates. President Robbins, I now have the great honor to present those candidates who have met the requirement for each of our doctoral degrees in the College of Education and the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences.
Okay, by the authority vested in me by the Arizona Board of Regents and acting on the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the appropriate doctoral degree with all the attendant rights and responsibilities. Please accept my warmest congratulations. Well done. I ask that all the graduates please rise for the final rite of graduation. To signify the completion of this rite of passage called commencement and to mark the end of your apprenticeship at the University of Arizona, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side of your TAMs and mortar boards. Congratulations to each and every one of our new graduates.
Woo!
Please rise and join in singing the alma mater. You will find the words on the screen. Paige Mills from the College of Fine Arts recorded this earlier and will lead us accompanied by alumnus Russell Ronenbaum. As we conclude the 157th commencement of the University of Arizona, you may henceforth consider yourselves Wildcats for life. At this time, I invite my university colleagues and their esteemed guests to leave the stage. Thank you for taking the time to celebrate with us this evening. Please remain in your seats until the platform party has exited, and we ask graduates and families to maintain social distancing as we exit the stadium and meet each other outside the venue. Congratulations again, and thank you for all celebrating with us.
Congratulations, class of 2021.
Hi, my name is Juliana Lincoln. Congratulations. You've accomplished so much in these past few semesters, and we're very proud of you.
I wanted to wish everyone congratulations. Congratulations to the class of 2020 and the class of 2021.
Hi, my name is Maya Ozzie. Congratulations on this huge accomplishment. We're so proud of you.
Hello, I'm Dava Jondal, and I'd like to congratulate the class of 2020 and 2021 on their accomplishments, and I wish you well in your future endeavors.
Hi, I'm Brianna Watkins. Congrats, grads, and best of luck on your next adventure.
Hi, I'm Amanda Armandanis, and I just wanted to say congratulations, graduates. You've made big accomplishments, and I know you're going to have a wonderful time in your next journey. Congratulations and best wishes.
Hello, Wildcats, and especially our AREC Wildcats. Danielle Burrow here. I'm so proud of you, class of 2020 and 2021. I'm grateful that you have allowed me to be on this part of your journey with you, and the best is yet to come. Cheers to you.
Hi, my name is Allison Gilliland, and congrats to our Cats of 2021. We are so excited for you that you bared down and completed your degrees. Enjoy your day and the rewards to come.
Hi, Wildcats. This is Serena Valle, and congratulations on your big day. You have earned this moment, and I am so excited to have been a part of your journey. Best of luck in your future endeavors, and remember to bear down.
Hello, my name is Desiree Esquivel. I would like to wish well wishes for the class of 20 and the class of 2021. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Congratulations, Wildcats, on your big day. And we here at CALS and all the CALS department wish you good luck on your future endeavors. You did it.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Ortega, and I just want to say great job, graduates. I'm very proud of you, and good luck with everything in the future.
Hello, my name is Jose Rodas, and I want to wish each and every one of you a big congratulations on this special day. I hope that you all enjoyed your life here at the university, and I wish you the best in your future.
Hi, everyone. My name's Liz Collins. Congrats to all the graduates out there, especially my family studies and human development students. You're all so amazing. I'm so excited to celebrate you and all of your accomplishments. Congratulations.
This is Tom Muller, and I am thrilled to wish congratulations in particular to the new doctors of audiology. I am so proud of you.
Felicidades and congratulations to the class of 2020 and 2021. You did it. You made it through. We're so proud of you. Do great things to infinity and beyond. And a special shout out to my CALS ASIMS graduates.
Hi, Wildcats. This is Gabriela Siqueiros coming to you all the way from Yuma, Arizona. Congratulations, class of 2020. and class of 21, especially our Yuma Cats and our Valley Cats from Yuma, Arizona and Imperial Valley College. You did it, you pushed through. Congratulations, we're so proud of you.
Hi Wildcats, this is Danielle Flank wishing you a wonderful future. You have persevered and pushed through a pandemic to achieve your goals, and I just want to say congratulations and way to go.
Hi, this is Nita Okansi. Congratulations, Wildcats. We are so excited for you all, and we wish you all the best on your future endeavors. Always remember to bear down.
Greetings, saludos, Wildcats. I'm Nancy Rodriguez Lorta. Congratulations, muchísimas felicidades to all graduates on this great accomplishment. You did it, si se pudo, and way to bear down. Wishing you all a successful journey ahead.
Hi, my name is Jessica Cepeda. Congratulations, class of 2020 and 2021. You did it. We're so proud of you. Best of luck in the next step of your journey.
Okay, Ariella, tell Auntie Anna what a great job she did on her master's degree, okay?
Auntie Anna, good job on master's degree.
That's right. Good job, Anna. Thank you. We're very proud.
This message is for Kaylin Connors. Kaylin, I just want to say how proud I am of you. It has been so exciting to watch you go down this journey the past 4 years. Your dedication and commitment to your school has been absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. I love you so much and congratulations. You did it.
Our class of 2021, the past couple of semesters were such a challenge, but guess what? We made it.
Baby, I want to say congratulations to you the most for your hard work and dedication. God bless you. And I want to say congrats to all the 2021 graduates. God bless you.
Hi, this is Rachel Gallery from the School of Natural Resources and the Environment. Congratulations, graduates. We are so proud of what you have accomplished and look forward to seeing what you achieve. Congratulations again, class of 2021.
Hi seniors, congratulations. I know it's been a really rough year, but I hope you take some time to really enjoy it because you deserve it. Congratulations, and I know you're going to go on and do some great things.
Congratulations, class of 2021. A special shout out to our intern, Cameron Allen. You guys made it. Congratulations. What an accomplishment during such crazy times. Welcome to the family of alumni. Bear down.
Class of 2021, congratulations, you did it. We are so proud of you on behalf of the Cal's Career Center. We want you to know that you have us as a resource always, and we're wishing you the best in your future endeavors. We want to congratulate our Dean's Entrepreneur Leadership Council members who are graduating this semester, Jaden and Faith. We're so proud of you. Lots of hugs, virtual hugs, and we can't wait to reconnect with you soon after graduation, but we want to wish you the best of luck. And everyone, congratulations, you did it!
Congratulations, Momo. We're so proud of you, and we love you a ton. Woo!
Congratulations, Dr. Charlinda Hodley. You've been an inspiration to me as a peer in my cohort, and I'm so proud of you and us of getting through and earning our doctorates in a pandemic. You are an amazing woman, and I can't wait to see what you achieve in the future. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the Spring 2021 Bachelor of Science Elementary Education graduates. Best of luck to Shaniqua, Oliver, Dina, Maria, Stephanie, Elizabeth, Inez, Guadalupe, and Damarie. We are proud of each and every one of you.
Congratulations, graduating class of 2021. This counts as double because you did it during the pandemic. So congratulations on all your hard work and your accomplishments during your path of preparing to become elementary school teachers. I am confident that you will go into those classrooms and make that magic of learning happen. And also remember to keep those wonderings about the natural world around you alive and going. Remember to teach science.
I'm Mercy Wood, head of the Department of Teaching, Learning, and Sociocultural Studies in the College of Education. And I want to say congratulations to the class of 2021.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you all, and a special congratulations to the graduates in the fields of teaching. Pay it forward. Establish a culture of equity and inclusion. Teach your students well, with integrity, creativity, and kindness. Wishing you the best of success in all you do. Congratulations again.
Happy graduation to all the literacy, learning, and leadership graduates out there. I'm super proud of all of you, and I can't wait to hear what kind of an impact you're going to have on your world. Thanks again for hanging in there with this crazy, crazy year. Congratulations. Keep in touch.
That's Dr. Celeste Atkins. We are so proud of you. You worked and worked and worked, and we love you.
And you have done 7 jobs.
Oh, more than 2 jobs at a time. And you persevered and you did it. We are so happy. We love you.
We love you.
Baby Yoda and I are so proud of you. You've done so much with this PhD and ridiculous amounts of awards and publications, and you're finally done! Yay! Yay!
We represent the early childhood and elementary education programs in the College of Education.
Naba hojon da inoltra kad wa oltra da nosenegi nejana yegonte.
Graduados del programa de educación infantil y primaria han completado un programa de preparación de maestros en circunstancias extraordinarias. Su flexibilidad, compromiso y pasión lo impulsarán a una carrera muy gratificante. Son un grupo de personas talentosas y estamos muy orgullosos de ustedes. Felicidades.
Early childhood and elementary program graduates, you have completed a teacher preparation program under extraordinary circumstances. Your flexibility, commitment, and passion will propel you to a very rewarding career. You are a talented group of individuals, and we are so very proud of you. Congratulations.
Congratulations. We represent the early childhood and elementary programs in the College of Education.
Felicidades, early childhood cohort.
Napa Hojo Indigenous Nation Builders.
Congratulations, Pathways to Teaching Program Sunnyside cohorts.
Felicidades, maestras bilingües del grupo de Davis.
Congratulations on your amazing journey, Prince cohort. Way to go.
Congratulations, Homer Davis cohort. We are all so very proud of you.
Johnson cohort, welcome to the most amazing career in the universe. Congratulations.
Best wishes and stay in touch.
To the Laguna and Pathways cohorts, congratulations. I'm proud of you, and remember, teach science.
All of the spring 2021 PhD and master's graduates, congratulations on your accomplishments and everything that has led you up until this point. We're proud of you for all the hard work, perseverance that got you here. Congratulations to all the families that have supported you as well. We know this is a wonderful moment, and we'd like to say as a faculty, congratulations to everyone.